Welcome back, trainers. Alright, so in today's episode, we're going to be talking about the Halloween event in total. We're going to go over the whole thing and break it down step by step. And we're going to start with Darkrai. So, we're going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and give you the 100% IV first. So, without it being boosted, the 100% IV for Darkrai will be 2136. Boosted 2671, and it's going to be boosted in the foggy weather. It's going to be three to seven high level trainers will be able to take it down. Okay, it's going to be a little bit harder for smaller groups since Darkrai is higher in defense. So, Darkrai counters. So, number one counter for Darkrai will be Machamp. I suggest having a whole team of stacked, powered up to at least level 35 Machamps. 40 if you plan on doing it in, like if you don't have a large group with you at all times, you're going to want those maxed out Machamps anyways. And you're going to want those maxed out Machamps later on down the road during this Halloween event anyways, but I'll get to that later. So, Machamp is number one counter for Darkrai. Number two is going to be Togekiss, and we're going to be using the Fairy moves Charm and Dazzling Gleam. So, if Machamp is good for all the moves Darkrai has except for Focus Blast. If Darkrai has Focus Blast, your Machamps are going to die out quickly. So you're going to want one team of Machamps and another team of Fairies. So Togekiss and Gardevoir, also with Charm and Dazzling Gleam. So if you have a team of Togekiss and Gardevoir and Machamps, you guys will be good. Now, if you don't have a full team of 6 Machamps, you can find Machamps in raids. I believe it's 3-star raids that Machamp's going to be in. You can find Machops easily in the wild. Togepi for Togekiss you can get in 2-kilometer eggs. And you can get Togetic in raids right now. Hariyama is third, so if you don't have full stacked out team of Machamps, you can also throw Hariyama in there and it'll still be a viable counter. Breloom is at number 6. I don't suggest powering up any Brelooms. If you have a good one and you're lacking in Hariyamas and Machamps, then I guess you could throw a Breloom in there to finish out your team. Grand Bull is another one from the fairy typing that if you have a high level, that'll work too if you don't have a team of stacked out Gardevoirs or Togekisses. Emboar, who's one of the starters for Gen 5, is also a good counter, but it's sitting at number 10. So, if you're going in with less people, like I said, you want in that number 5, number 6 slotting. They got some grass types in here for counters, Yanmega and Pinsir. So take that for what it is. So the Halloween event will be running from October 17th at 1 p.m. PDT to November 1st, the evening of November 1st. So it's going to include a whole bunch of different things. So we got new Shadow Pokemon coming out. If you're interested in that, I suggest getting. I know it's it's Stardust to be purifying everything, so I don't suggest purifying everything. But later on, if there's a legendary Shadow Pokemon, you're going to want the extra balls. But anyways, the new Shadow Pokemon include Weedle, Kakuna, Beedrill, Electabuzz, Magmar, Lapras, which I think is pretty cool, Mareep, Seedot, Nuzleaf, Sableye, Trapinch, Cacnea, Shuppet, and Duskull. We're going to be getting new shiny Pokemon too, so you can encounter a shiny Yamask in the wild. You can also encounter the Pikachu, Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle in raids wearing costumes. So you're going to want to hit those up because they're going to be rare and people are going to be asking for them. It's going to be good for trade value. The 2 times catch candy, double hatch candy, and double transfer candy. And this is important now because if you guys have been saving up legendaries or have been like me where I haven't deleted any legendaries. I've just been deleting like ones that like trash and whatnot, but I've been keeping my legendaries. So now is the perfect time to be transferring these guys because you're going to get the double candy for them. And definitely hit up those trades. Those trades are super important. If you're low on candy for something, go ahead and trade for it. Maybe you'll get lucky. And if you transfer it, that's even more candy. So there you go for that. That's gonna be awesome. Candy is just as important as Stardust, I feel like, maybe just a little bit under it. But Candy and Stardust, 2 very important resources that we have in Pokemon Go. After the Halloween event, from November 1st to the 4th, is the ticketed event for $7.99, where you can encounter Regigigas early. You're going to be able to get an exclusive pose. On top of that, you're going to be able to get a Unova Stone and a Sinnoh Stone, and the 10 free passes that you can only use during that event. You can't save them for after, but if you spin the photo disc at the gyms, you'll be able to get those 10 free passes during that event. I think that's sick. I think that's great. It's worth it for me. Like I said before, I'm a persevering trainer, so I'm absolutely gonna ante up to $7.99. So we're gonna get into Regigigas right now. For the 100% IVs for Regigigas not boosted is going to be $24.83. Boosted is going to be $31.04. So those are the IVs you're going to be looking for, and you judge off that whether it's going to be viable later on to keep or not. We're going to be able to transfer all the ones that you don't want for that extra candy to power up a good one. I'm not really sure if this is going to be viable or not, but there you go. Same thing with Darkrai, by the way. I know this is going to get a little bit unorganized, but Darkrai is going to be a mythical Pokemon. So you're not going to be able to trade Darkrai, but you can still get the extra candy for transferring it. So that's also good. I think Darkrai is going to be a viable dark Pokemon. So we're going to go over Regigigas' raid counters. The first one, like I told you guys before, is going to be Machamp. Machamp is going to be the MVP this month. So we're going to want to start maxing out those Machamps. Now is the time to do it. Like I know we have Conkeldurr, or however you say it, coming up later on. That might take the place of Machamp. But Machamp will at least stay at that number 2 spot for fighting type. So we're gonna want to get this Machamp powered up. Same thing, Hariyama is at the number 2 spot, Blaziken number 3. If you have Mewtwo's, which we just rated a plethora of, Confusion and Focus Blast for the Mewtwo is sitting at that number 4 spot. So, still viable, I feel like, especially if you're like me and you max out a whole bunch of them early, even though I know we shouldn't really do that. We should wait until you absolutely need to use that Pokemon to max it out and just save that Stardust over time. Emboar is sitting right after Mewtwo with Low Kick and Focus Blast. I'm not even going to go over anything under there. I think that's what we should shoot for. Machamp, you can get Machop in the wild, you can get Machamp in raids. You guys just got to get out there and get it. So on top of, from the 1st to the 4th, we have that ticketed event, right? But on the 1st, we're switching out Tier 5 raids, and the Tier 5 raids during this ticketed event, not just for people who bought the tickets, just for everybody in general, is going to be the Reggie trio. We got Reggie Rock, Reggie Ice, and Reggie Steele. It's going to go from November 1st at 1 p.m. to November 4th at 1 p.m. PDT. You can also find, appearing more in the wild, will be Geodude, Magnemite, Swinub, Aaron, and Spheal. The following Pokemon will be hatching from eggs: Aerodactyl, Shuckle, Sneasel, Skarmory, Snow Run, and Beldum. And if you're lucky, you might encounter a shiny Skamori, which I think is going to be cool. I'm going to be chasing that. And the trio can also be shiny from raids. And the bonuses are going to be 2 times incubator effectiveness. So get out there and hatch those eggs, dudes. Get out there and hatch those eggs. So then Regigigas is going to be moving from the ticketed event to the EX raids at some time in November. They didn't spend. About the ticketed event, this is an important piece of information right here. Tickets can be purchased from when they go live until Saturday, November 2nd at 5 p.m. in your local time zone. So stay tuned for when they go live. The ticket is going to be officially $7.99 and you cannot use Pokecoins for it. Excuse me. That sucks. But we get a Unova Stone out of it. And what I suggest doing with those Unova Stones is right now, if you don't have Chandelure, definitely go after Chandelure. Or if you already have Chandelure and you want to do another Chandelure, that's good too. But I would save it because I think later on down the line we're going to have something crazy coming up and we're going to need those Unova Stones. So hopefully with this event tied in with research breakthrough at the end of the week, we should all, hopefully, most of us will get. I know some of us have been unlucky. Not me. I haven't really been unlucky with the Unova Stones. But some people have been unlucky with the Unova Stones. Hopefully we can all get 2 by the time this comes to a close. Another thing that's happening this weekend, if you're in Japan, October 19th, Moltres Raid Day Makeup. It's only going to be happening in the Hokkaido region. I hope I said that right. I probably didn't. Hokkaido? That sounds right. 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Japan time. So that'll be the 3-hour Moltres Raid Day with a shiny chance. So if you're out there, Moltres is the #1 fire attacker. You're definitely going to want to sack on those and hopefully get a Shundo. So good luck if you're out there in that area. Alright, circling back around. This is a big event, so there's a lot of information here. So I'm a little bit unorganized. I tried to get it organized for you guys. It did not work out as planned. Anytime. But we're circling back around for the raid counters for the Reggie trio. So like I said before, those Machamps are going to be the MVP this month because in any case, well, in most cases, Machamp you're going to see popping up in that top 5. So we're going to start with Regirock. Regirock, it's going to be perfect IVs at 1784 and boosted will be 2230. It's going to be boosted in the cloudy weather. So #1 raid counter for Regirock will be Metagross with Bullet Punch and Meteor Mash. Second is going to be Kyogre with Waterfall and Hydro Pump, and third is going to be Machamp with Counter and Dynamic Punch. And below that, you got Roserade with Razor Leaf and Grass Knot. I'd stick with, I believe Meteor Mash is an exclusive move. I know I don't have any Metagrosses with that, so if you don't have that move, I would stay away from Metagross and just work on those Kyogres and Machamps. Kyogre, we just had it recently. I know I still have a plethora of Kyogre, so I definitely got to get into powering up those Kyogres anyways. And Machamp. So you'll be good with Machamp. You will be good with Machamp. So if you got a party of 6 Machamps, you will be golden. Alright, the next guy we're going to go over is going to be Reggie Steele. So Reggie Steele is going to be 100% IVs are going to be 1398. And its raid counters are going to be, #1 is going to be Chandelure. So I was talking about Chandelure earlier. If you have a Unova Stone, that is definitely the one that I suggest. Litwick is definitely the one I suggest evolving to. #2 is going to be Moltres for you guys doing the Moltres raid in Japan. There you go. You got Moltres at #2, Blaziken #3, and look Who's at number 4? Machamp. We got Machamp at number 4, man. So like I said, Machamp, man, if you got a party of 6 maxed out Machamps, you will be okay. I don't really think that you need a secondary party for this like you do with Darkrai. But if you want to have, like, let's say 5 Machamps and throw a Chandelure or Blaziken in there, Entei is also in the top 5, so that works too. But I would suggest mostly Chandelure, Moltres, or Machamp. I definitely, those 3, golden. You're golden, you're golden, you're golden. Alright, on to the next one. Alright, Reggie Ice is going to be the next one with perfect IVs at 1784 and boosted at 2230, and it's going to be boosted in the snowy weather, so maybe we'll see. We'll probably not get it boosted around where I'm at, but the number 1 counter for it is going to be, again, Bullet Punch and Meteor, Metagross with Bullet Punch and Meteor Mash. The second one is going to be Moltres with Fire Spin and Overheat. The third one is actually going to be Charizard, which, holy crap, we haven't seen Charizard in anything. But hey, if you want to use your Charizard for Reggie Ice, I guess now you can do it. Number 4 is Entei, and number 5 is... What's number 5, guys? Machamp, dude. Machamp at the number 5 spot. MVP for October, man. And November, because this will be in the November 1st, so... But it's still gonna, it's a month time frame between now and then, about. So Machamp at number 5. So I definitely think for Reggie Ice, I think fire mostly. So definitely bring out those Moltreses, those Enteis, and if you're already powering up, working on Machamp, just go with Machamp, and you should be golden. You should be definitely golden. Alright guys, so that'll do it for today's episode. I will probably, as we get closer and when the trio comes out in raids, I'll probably do another video breaking them down even more. But as far as you guys got all the counters, you got the 100% IVs, you got my recommendations. I mean, quick, fast, and easy, right? Here we go. I just get straight into the information over here on this channel. On this channel, we just go straight into the info. So that'll do it for this episode. So as always, continue to persevere.